Welcome to TARTLEcast with your hosts Alexander McKegg and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path.
Buyer FAQ number 3.
Market mechanics and economics.
Yeah, market mechanics and economics.
That's what we're gonna. We're gonna talk about money.
Yeah,
because that's what's important.
Yeah, people want to know where's the money. Show me the money.
Yeah,
right?
show me the money. If
what's
I'm a buyer,
trail?
Yeah, what's how good is this data? And show me the money.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And everyone wants to wonder, well, first of all, how do you guys make money?
Yes,
and then beyond that, how do I know how much I'm supposed to pay these people for their information?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always the question.
This is great, right? So first of all, here's how the structure works. We feel at TARTLE that the sellers should receive 100% of that bid value, that we shouldn't take any sort of cost cut from them. Cool. Now for the buyer, you're, 1% of the world. You typically hold the majority of the resources, financial resources. So it makes sense that you sort of share in that burden, right? You're going to collect, back to you much.
You're asking, and somebody's giving.
You're asking someone's giving, and you're going to honestly recoup from that spend,
right?
That cost spend much faster than an individual would. That's our philosophical approach we're taking. So when you go to institute a bid on TARTLE, when you go to make a payment, okay, 100% of that bid value is going to go towards the buyer. Okay, so say I'm going to buy a piece of data for $1. You spend that $1 on the person, and then you also pay a 5% fee that comes to TARTLE. So we collect 5 cents on that $1. So you pay $1.05 to buy a piece of information. Mm-hmm. That's the cost structure. Simple. Not difficult.
Wow. Okay, we're done. Thanks, guys. No.
Yeah. Bye. See you later.
Hopefully I answered that frequently asked question.
Yeah, there you go. That's how that works. And then people want to know what's like the range of data in terms of data values. So we got some examples on there.
Yeah, no, I like this. You have healthcare data is deified for a medical record, typically moves around the range, and there's different ranges dollar-wise. When the record is published to the marketplace, the cost raises to a maximum of 10x the value. So explain that. 10x the value. So let's just say $100.
Yeah, we've had conversations with pharmaceutical firms that purchase de-identified data. Mm-hmm. And they say this data is frankly useless because it doesn't have any identifiable markers for us. So they're like, crap, we've paid $100 to $200 per record of our R&D budget into information that got us nowhere. And so what they've said is that, and what they've shown is that there's a 10 times value increase when you have the identifiable markers. So you can do the math. I don't have to shout it out. Mm-hmm. And if you add other special stuff on top of like a health record,
DNA,
that bumps it closer up. That's another $1,000 worth of stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, let's go really simple, like a Facebook profile.
Facebook profile, a lot of that information is inherently public.
Right.
So it's not going to really have a lot of value. If I'm coming in to buy that information and I'm not your friend, but I want to know everything you're doing on Facebook, it's okay. Then I'll come in, and to pay for that, not adding you as a friend and figuring out what's going on and really seeing into the back end of how you operate. That didn't sound right. When I say back end, I'm talking about on the servers, how they record the info.
Yeah, not us literally trying to go around something. Being dishonest.
So, that's going to carry a lower cost. And we've seen that, some Facebook data is like that goes for about $1.
Right. Yeah. It's all how labor intensive it is too.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's pieces that go into creating a data packet. So we have the ability for sellers to tie in the systems they use on the back end through APIs. These programmable interfaces are things that automatically pulling down and filling in data for them automatically. And then, that's a low labor cost, but it could be high value, right? So we have to look at what's the granularity, the volume, and the identifiable markers in an automatic process. And then on top of that, you also have the ability to run something that's more manually intensive for the people, literally asking the questions, going through survey formats, scaling, whatever it might be. And that requires work.
Right.
And so the depth of that work, the amount of time, is it combined with data that's being pulled down from APIs? You as a buyer need to think about how that data packet is actually put together so that you can say, okay, I see what the perceived value is, and I want to bid on that value. And if I'm really unsure, there's market prices that you can look at. Like if you were, stocks are trending.
Right.
Okay. Bitcoin's at 40,000. You'll know what the other part of the market is buying that data at.
Yeah. And so we'll use a kind of an obtruse example, if you don't mind. I was talking with someone last night, and she was talking about symphonies, and we were going into that because she plays instrument. And we were going into how many symphonies there is in the United States and how many are in the world, and, different composers and people making new music, and just incredible. There's incredible amounts of people making classical music right now.
Yeah.
And shout out to those that there was a lot of them that did, special pieces for Charleston and what went on there and all that. So, question I was asking her was like, and this is where I want to talk to when we get into multi-purchase studies.
Yeah.
I was like, how often do these symphonies communicate to their subscribers? Because there's people that are paying, because basically what happens, was I used to go to Seattle Symphony all the time, and you would just pay, like I'd pay for like a 6 concert or an 8 concert.
Yeah.
One payment, or they would break it up in payments or whatever. But I didn't really, I expected to get tickets in the mail, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But what if you could communicate with that person at a higher level?
Yeah. What
if you wanted to do, or maybe your, health or whatever, but a multi-purchase study?
Yeah. If I want to go deeper, the marketplace offers 2 options for how you go to facilitate a study or purchasing data. I can come in as a buyer and say, I only need this information once. That's all I need.
Right.
But to other people, for our other buyers, they have an incentive where I need to continue to study this group of people for a specific length of time. So what we do is we stitch together that bidding process that you'd find in the single bid format, and we say, okay, how long do you want to do it for? What volume of people? And what frequency? And so you can choose how that buying purchase goes. So if I want to do a 6-month study, a 1 year, 5 year on a group of people, I can choose to do that. So then my relationship with them is extended for quite a huge body of time, and I can really start to get to know the data and who that individual really is. I can do a lengthy study depending on my choice and where I'm going to say, okay, that's enough data for me.
Yeah, and I think, using a symphony as an example, if you'd had a group of people of your subscribers and you asked them, did you actually go to all of these shows? Did you go to all 6 of them? Okay, now we've eliminated something. Okay, now what shows did you appreciate the most? What spoke to you the most? What pieces? What are some things that we did? We mixed this up and did this, and this. We had a movie night, where we played Star Wars soundtracks.
Yep.
Did you bring kids to it? There's so many different things and variations.
And, you can try and solve for an unknown once, or you can constantly try and solve for the unknowns.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Which will deductively, over time, refine you down to what the real answer is. That's what's cool about it. And the system has that flexibility for you as a buyer.
Yeah, and even through that, you can have those people donate back to you.
Yeah, here's the best part. You spent the money buying the
symphony,
data. They can choose as a seller to actually donate right back to you because it's a cause they care about.
Yes, exactly.
It's just a great cycle that is right here, and it's so beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, if you own a foundation or something like that, and you want to speak to your people and you want to use TARTLE,
or if you want to expand your foundation.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It can all be done here.
Yep, it's very simple to do. We'd love to be able to have a conversation with you. You can go to TARTLE, TARTLE.co.com.
We don't need the extra M. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. The less words, the better.
Yeah.
And you can sign up. There's a little button on the top. Very simple to do.
Yep.
You can sign up for free, and there's no subscription model.
There's no subscription model, nothing. You only pay for data when you want to pay for it.
And we'd love to have you kind of go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, look at the other buyer videos. We have playlists that's available for you, and you can watch the other ones. And if you do have any questions, you can contact at tartle.co, right?
Yep.
Is our email?
Yep. Or you could do podcast@tartle.co because you listen to it on here. And we'd be more than happy to answer it. We answer it for our sellers all day long, and there's a larger volume of them than there are of you.
In fact, if you send us a question at podcast@tartle.co, we will address it on the show.
Yeah.
Well, I just added to another. We'll just make more.
We'll make a show out of your question.
Yeah. We'll just do more frequently asked questions.
No harm, no foul. We're all about educating.
Yeah. So it's podcast@tartle.co.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for listening to TARTLEcast with your hosts Alexander McKegg and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path. What's your data worth?